Good afternoon, folks. You're going to be seeing an awful lot of us over the next, few weeks. You're going to be seeing an awful lot of us today because this is your shut the fuck up. Now, we have not done one of these in a very long time. Not one like this in a very long time. So let's get right into it. I'm not sure that I can keep this to 10 minutes. It may not make it to TikTok, but I may have to re-record it for TikTok. We'll see. So I do want to screen share just a tad. Okay? This is important, people. And we're going to start off with a bang. We are starting off with a bang here today. Here's the headline. Candace Owens said Trump's rudeness made her realize he's vengeful, paranoid, lacks humility. Well, Candace, so do you. You are built in his image and likeness, so you can shut the fuck up. Look, I wish I could feel some kind of empathy for Candace. I wish I could, say I'm glad she came to this realization. But Candace Owens is a douchebag, and there just is no getting around it. She is nasty. She is a bigot. She is if you can believe this, a racist who tells her own kind of people, her own people of color, that there is no such thing as racism in America, which is a blatant lie. Everybody knows there is racism in America. In fact, she's a right-winger and a Republican voter, and she should know that her own party embraces racists and white supremacists. But she is what we call an opportunist who used to be on the left-hand side of the coin until someone called her out for something, and then she decided to move to the right where she can say whatever the fuck she wants, even if it's a bold-faced lie, and people will pay her for her content. She is raking in the dough. And you know what? Do I feel sorry for Candace Owens has come to this realization? Oh, hell no. She can shut the fuck up, is what she can do. And now we move on to Marjorie Taylor Greene, another genius. Here we go, right here. I'm sure our enemies are quacking in their boots while we are still over here trying to count ballots. Well, if it walks like a duck and talks like a duck, it's a duck, but the word is actually quaking in their boots. Take the C out, quaking in their boots. We're not quacking in anything. And we're not quaking in our boots either because, Marjorie, you fucking lost. Not you particularly, but your party, that red wave looks like, looks like a little drop of pink lemonade on the countertop. There was no red wave. Your party was rejected out of hand, and as well it should have been. She goes down here too and says further on, change strategies and actually play the game. If Republican mega donors and Republican organizations want to really finally win, they need to buy media and big tech companies and get the message out. Fight smarter. Big tech companies, which are always under attack by the right. But Marjorie, not going to attack them as long as they are spouting what she wants to hear and what they want to say. She also made a comment about getting better candidates. Candidate quality? You got to be kidding me. Where do we start with that? She's one of those little problems. Hey, I know she took 66% of the vote, but I promise you that other states are much more awake and alert than Georgia, apparently, because this is the same state that sent the Senate candidates to a runoff, because apparently somehow the people in the Bible Belt see Herschel Walker as some kind of Christian demagogue. There's no accounting for brain power. I have nothing to say about that, but I can tell Marjorie Taylor Greene to shut the fuck up. Here's another one. Got a lot of them. Lauren Boebert. They called you cockroaches. They called you cult members. They called you extremists. They called you terrorists. Today, we call them losers. This was on November 8th. It's now November 13th, 5 days later, and Lauren Boebert's race isn't even over because it's too goddamn close. Too goddamn close because Adam Frisch made a dent. He made a dent in her armor. And we don't even know how this is going to turn out yet. Is she ahead right now? Slightly. Is she ahead by enough of a percentage for the race to be called? Apparently not. Does this end up in a runoff? Who knows? It's most assuredly going to end up in a recount, I do believe. I could be wrong, but we shall see. But nevertheless, Lauren Boebert, she can shut the fuck up because her party, hashtag red wave, big losers in the midterms. Candidate quality, here's a problem right here. She can shut the fuck up. And finally, we have Nick Fuentes, incel extraordinaire, head of America First. And this is what Nick had to say about the midterms. We need a dictatorship. We need to take control of the government and force the people to believe what we believe. Nick, shut the fuck up. You know what? This is exactly what you got here, folks. This is what you got coming from the GOP. And apparently enough people actually figured this out in time for the midterms. Although I don't know how you couldn't figure it out. They've been doing this right in your face since Donald Trump took office. And they have actually been worse since he left. On a state-by-state basis, they have been worse. And by the way, in closing, let me say this. Do you understand what it would take to make a dictatorship here? If you think these people are finished, you can shut the fuck up too, because they are not. They are absolutely not finished. We have Josh Hawley out there talking about forming a brand new party. Please go ahead. Go ahead and splinter the GOP. Make my life complete. These people are a clear and present danger to democracy and remain a clear and present danger to democracy. And what we need to do is out-strategize them. Folks, I used to call other people the gift to keep on giving. No, not anymore. The GOP is the gift that keeps on giving. And I have to tell you that they gave us many gifts during the midterms. Many gifts. Doug Mastriano and his Confederate suit, his army suit, that was a gift. Dr. Oz making crudités, that was a gift. There have been many gifts. But the one gift they didn't give us this go around was fascism. And now we need to make sure we put the nail in the motherfucking coffin. We need to put this party to bed. And then maybe, because we don't expound for a one-party system, maybe we can get back to fighting over things that actually matter and not who's sleeping with who and what kind of people are reading stories to your children and whether or not you should support your trans child for fear of being considered a child abuser. All of those things that mean absolutely nothing to the big picture in America. All of those things that speak of big government meddling in your bedrooms and in your private lives. All of that shit that you hear from the GOP about freedom and big government, they don't stand for any of that. None of it. So if you think you're going to tell me that that's what they're all about, you can shut the fuck up too. We'll talk to you all later.